This is Eric from Pack Hacker, and in this video we're going to take a look at the small EVERGOODS Element Flat Pouch, which I've been testing for the past 2 weeks. Let's dive in. So we tested a few things from their Element line so far, and this is the smallest one that we've tested, but similar materials on all of them. This is a 420D nylon 6. We've got a PU laminate on the inside and a PU kiss coat on the exterior. This thing is highly water resistant. I would even come close to calling it waterproof, but obviously when you have a zipper, it does a very good job, but I think eventually if you were to submerge this thing for long enough, it might creep in. But I put this thing underwater, I put it under the sink for an extended period of time, and it has proved very water resistant. No water has gotten inside in my testing. I'm just guessing that if you were to really put this thing through its paces for like a year, once or twice water might get inside. So that's the disclaimer that I'm offering here. There is another colorway that comes in 420D nylon 6.6. We've used that material before as well. No complaints about it. It does the job. So the zipper, just from my eye, is not a brand that I recognize, but it performs well, very easy to open and close. I mean, it's a waterproof zipper, so it's a little bit harder than a normal zipper, but I don't know, it's fine. It's kind of what you expect. The zippers like this, normally you have to do some lubrication to keep it operating smoothly over time. I haven't had to do that yet, but we do have lots of different lubricants for zippers here in the office, so we'll keep you updated on that. I do like the little paracord like pull here, very easy to grab onto and just kind of minimal as well. We have a little one here as well on the edge of the corner, so that way you don't have to, if you were to, in theory, use this to hang it, it might open or something like that, and then you have a small hole and water can get inside. But if you're using the corner one, you don't have to worry about that. So talking about corners, they do have the corners clipped there, so that way they're not as sharp. The corners are still like a little bit pointy, but not nearly as pointy as they would be if they hadn't clipped that off. So this is one piece of textile that they have radio frequency welded on these seams here, so no really stitching or anything like that, just a very well thought out and designed little tiny pouch. So we do have a logo window here, so if you're not familiar, the EVERGOODS logo is a square with a diagonal line through it, and typically on their non-waterproof bags, they have a hook and loop fastener there, so you can add a patch there. So on this one, they do not have that. They have a clear TPU window, so you can see what's on the inside. We've got shocked Pikachu there. Normally I put Ahmad there, but he is no longer at Pack Hacker. He is on to greener pastures, so we've got shocked Pikachu from now on, but you can change that for anything you want, or you can just leave it blank if you prefer to just kind of have it more minimalistic, because obviously shocked Pikachu is a little bit more in your face than it would be if it was empty. But pretty happy with the outside of this thing. As you can see, I have gear stowed inside of it, so it's not sitting perfectly right now. So you can kind of manage what you have inside there to make this look nicer if that matters to you, but I think it looks fine just like this, and it's very functional as well. So when it comes to packability, I think this is one of the most packable pouches from EVERGOODS that I have tested or even just seen. I guess there are some ones that I have not tested personally. So this one's gonna fit in even some large slings. It's gonna fit in any day pack, any travel backpack, or any rolling luggage that you wanna stick it into. So I have a coat on right now. It's not a huge coat, but I can actually fit it into my pocket pretty easily. It's gonna hang out just a tiny bit, but it is pocketable as well if you have a bigger pocket. In some of my bigger work pants, like carpenter pants, I'm able to put it inside like the side pocket as well. So this thing is just, it's obviously not something you'd want to do long term, but I did do it when I was on a walk because it was like a chance of rain. So I was like testing this, I was like, why not take it? So you really can fit this a lot of places, and depending on what you have gear inside of here as well, it does compress a little bit, so I can make that a little bit skinnier to fit it if I need to slide it into a different pocket or something like that. But it's gonna fit most places you want it, and I like the versatility of that, because if you have a bag or a sling that's not very water resistant, but you like it and it's comfortable and you're worried about your stuff getting wet, you can put the important stuff inside of here and it's gonna fit almost anywhere to keep that stuff dry inside of a bag that maybe isn't the most waterproof. If you're finding this video helpful, make sure you throw a like on the video, drop a comment down below about what you would put inside of this pouch, and subscribe to the channel so we can continue making content like this to help you travel smarter. So for my notes for this section, I literally just have written inside, because the inside of this thing is very minimalistic. There's not a lot going on, and typically you do see that with more waterproof gear, because the more times that you have to stitch something or even weld something into place, there's more places for water to get inside. So if you really want something to be super waterproof, you don't have as many pockets and stuff like that. You see that with waterproof backpacks as well. We have a few reviews of those on our site if you're interested in that sort of thing. So typically what I've been using this for in my testing is as a tech pouch. I also use it as a toiletry pouch. It's very versatile. Obviously if you're using it as a toiletry pouch, it's not we will have to use a clear quart size bag to get through airport security. But like on a train trip or something like that where you don't have to do that, it doesn't matter so much. But I've got everything I typically put inside of my air split kit inside of here right now. So I have 3 different cables. Got the USB-C to USB-C, USB-C to Lightning, and then USB-C to micro USB, which I know that that's dated, but I still have things that charge with that, so I'm still carrying that around every day. Hopefully someday I will not have to carry it around anymore. If anyone knows a good cable that's USB-C to micro USB, please let me know, because I'm not super happy with this one, and the Anchor does not make one, at least that I have found. So I've also got my two little wall plugs here so I can charge things, and I also have my battery bank as well inside of here, so the NB10000. So I will say, like, I've just had this around because I've been doing some long-term testing of it. My personal battery bank is a larger Anchor 20,000 milliamp battery bank, and if I stow that inside of here, so that what works with this is I can stow this like this, and then I have room for these on the end, and the cables just kind of go on top. If I have a bigger battery bank that has a little bit more width as well, that's taking up almost the entire thing. So if I try to put these on here and the cables, it's just a really tight fit if it fits at all. So this is kind of a minimalist pack out. And it's a very minimalist pouch because, as you can see, we don't have any organization or anything like that. We have the typical EVERGOODS logo here with the information. Kind of hard to get it to show you that, but you've got the different information about where the bag's from. And then on this side, we also have a little bit of information about where the bag is made, etc. And then this is where the little window. So if you look here, if I stick my finger in there, you can see my finger sticking inside of there. So you can add, it's pretty easy to add and remove things from inside of there, as so long as they fit. So for a minimalistic setup for your tech pouch, your toiletry pouch, or even just kind of a pouch that you keep around, because as you can see, when this is not in use, it's very, very small. You can see I must not have closed the zipper all the way there. That's something you can worry about if you're going into a super wet environment. So if I kind of open it up and do it all the way, you'll see that this now holds air, which obviously that makes it, kind of shows you a little bit of how waterproof it is, because it is holding air. But if you just barely, like I did last time, don't close it all the way, it's not going to hold that air. But if you are stowing this inside of a backpack and you're not using it, it's like, I'm going to take it on a trip because I know I'm going to need it, you can kind of use that as a way to get all the air out of it, close it up. Then you have a very small pouch that's very packable, very easy to stow inside your laptop compartment or something like that, just a very thin piece of material. But as I was mentioning, very minimalistic, that you can take with you, and like this, or you can use it as your tech pouch, or just kind of a do-it-all kind of pouch that I don't know when I'm going to need it, but I know I'm going to need a pouch at some point. It's very similar to me to, I'm going to blank on the full name, but Topo Designs makes these little pouches that are about the same size, but they're not waterproof. So this is kind of a waterproof option that is similar to those. If you need organization for everything inside of a pouch, this is not the pouch for you, but if you need something that's waterproof, it's a great option. It's not super expensive either, maybe for the size and what you're getting. Some people might think it is a bit expensive, but for the price, this is going to last a long time. As you can see, it really looks almost brand new still, and I've been putting this through its paces, both with water and dirt and mud, for 2 weeks. So overall, very happy with this thing. So there you have it, the small EVERGOODS Element Flat Pouch. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.